When I think about that, and we're talking about the culture evolving, and I think about an album like 444, that's what made me think of that. It's so powerful to have watched him grow into an adult and be so vulnerable and honest on that album, and to include you in that process also. What did that album mean to you and your family?
Well, for me, it took me out of shadows and it made me smile.
And be free.
Yes, definitely.
I've heard you talk about that song, Smile, and how it came to be, that you had a conversation with your son where you told him who you were, and you weren't sure yet if you wanted to make a song about it or share it with the world.
True.
What was the thing that prompted you to share your truth with the world?
So we were having a conversation, and when we finished conversation, I was on the plane going home, and my son said to me, he was like, "Mom, you have to take the power out of other people's hands. You can't allow them to let you live like that. You know, you deserve to be happy." He says, because once you say it, he says, this is what's going to happen. He says, they say they're talking about you anyway. So now you confirm this, so what they now don't have anything to talk about anymore.
Was he right?
He was absolutely 100% right. What they do is they find something else to talk about.
We always find something. It's the gift and the curse.
Yes.
But when you make a decision like that, is it in fact free? Does life feel different after you make a decision like that?
For me, it does.
Yeah.
Because I was living a life undercover. You know, so it allowed me to, and because I was living that life, I had a different behavior. People that I was talking to, instead of treating them like we were a couple, I treated them like they were my friends. And what I did was, I thought, and I treated them like they were my kids. I was a caregiver. So being that caregiver, I never experienced somebody caring and loving me. So after doing that, I met someone.
Yes! One time for love.
I met someone. And we have a good time and stuff. And she said,
Yes, Mom. I love this for you.
She said to me one day, she said, why every time I say I have your back, you look at me strange? And that was something that I had to just go and think about. Like I had to come back. When I came back, I was like, I have an answer for that. And my answer is like, I've always been a caregiver, and I've never had anybody to have my back. So for me, that is a learning behavior. So I have to learn how to accept it. So
How you doing with that? Good?
I'm doing great.
All right. Sometimes we all, I just started this podcast called In Real Life, and I share more than I've ever shared my whole career. And sometimes it's uncomfortable, but what I get back from people is so worth it that sometimes when it's on your terms, it's worth it. And I've heard Jay say, even about 444, how it's uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable for him to do all that sharing. But if you don't share, how do people learn?
Right.
You know what I mean? And if you have that power and that platform and you don't use it, how do people learn from your mistakes and things like that? So I thought it was a beautiful moment.